sometimes, just like in life, things can kind of get a little cloudy, and sometimes you can start overthinking and thinking maybe it's my swing, maybe it's this or that, and in reality, we just got to go out there and play hard and play the game the right way. And I think ultimately we have the talent and the personnel in this room we know we can get wins. We know we can make it far in the postseason. We can do all that stuff, but it's about showing up and doing those things. And I think you've seen it. We move runners. We've got people in with runners in scoring position. Not every at-bat's going to be perfect. Not every inning's going to be perfect on the mound. But, if you keep stacking those innings and stacking, good plays and doing little things, then usually you're going to get the results you want.
Cal Raleigh with a grand slam last night. He finished with 5 runs batted in of the Mariners' 8. And when you look at Cal and you listen to him talk, you guys, it feels like he's not only talking about the team, but it feels like there's a little bit of that can be referenced to himself as well. The way he's adjusting and the way, he's just kind of like he's talking about the team, but I think there's a little bit of him talking about Cal himself and how he's going to approach the rest of the season. But how much can that grand slam and a 5 RBI night really just help vault him into, that groove that everybody's waiting for?
I think he's human. I think that, when you're in the dregs of a slump and you don't know if you're ever going to get out of it, and confidence is everything in sports, to have a big night like that, particularly when someone puts the Klieg lights on you and says, you're not going to come through. I'm going to let you hit right here against a left-handed pitcher. And first pitch, kaboom, and 4 RBIs, then came up and got the 5th RBI. That's going to be a lift for him. As I said, he's going to be streaky. He can streak some home runs and some big RBI stretches together, and it's going to change the dynamic of the team, and then everything will be right with Cal Raleigh. Don't think he's got to hit 300. Don't think that way. Think RBIs, think walks, think presence. That's what's coming with Cal, getting it going again. And to his point, half those runs in last night's game were ham and egg type of creation runs. Not the grand slam. It was the other runs that really told the story of the game.
I think that home run, hopefully that takes us to another level with Cal. But you can not only feel it from Cal, and you talked about that, Paul, with his answer, but from the fans. I mean, I was there. He has become, we talk about Gino Suarez being a fan favorite. Cal Raleigh, because of last year, a lot of fans are going to say he should have been the MVP, quickly became one of the greatest folk heroes in Seattle sports history. This fan base has just been hungry for a moment last night. And not only were the players, if you watched that game last night, going crazy in the dugout, it was a release from the fans as well. Like, there's our guy. The big dumper is back. We'll see. I mean, another game takes place today. Will he return? We won't know. But that was huge for so many parts for this team.
Yeah, I think he is the every guy, every person kind of player.
Yeah.
Because he's humble. He doesn't talk himself up. He's got kind of an easy, simple speak, even though I think he's far more smart and sophisticated than he lets everybody hear. And he's all about team.
Yeah.
And he plays hurt, and he's tough, and he never complains. And fans just endear themselves to that. They love this guy, and for all the right reasons, because, as we all know, he is that guy.
And they're 3-0 now with the Raccoon.
Let's get to that. As we wrap up this segment, let's talk mascots. What the heck? With the addition of Jimothy, the short-spined raccoon, the M's have now 3 notable mascots. Jimothy, Tucker, the awesome clubhouse dog, and Humpy, the lovable underdog of the Salmon Run at T-Mobile Park. He usually wears an orange life vest, a blue preserver, and yellow water wings, and he rarely wins. Now, you look at those 3 mascots. I don't know, Bill, we'll start with you. Do you have a favorite there? I'll start with me. I love Tucker. Yeah. I love the fact that you sit out there at the dugout before games, and he'll follow anybody who thinks he's going to get a treat from. And, it's just fun. You could sit there and pet him, but he doesn't care. If you've got something to eat, he's all over you.
I'm going to pick up some enemies right here, but I'm just going to say it, Paul. I love Tucker. I mean, that dog chasing the tennis ball in the middle.
For sure.
I'm sorry. Humpies, I throw them back in the water, or we use them for halibut bait. The raccoon, a lovable story, but I'm going with Tucker. Let's also send out, since we're talking animals, a happy birthday to Matilda. Matilda, I believe, is 15 on this day. If you're asking who is Matilda, that is Andres Munoz's cat. So we'll have more with Andres Munoz coming up tomorrow, but happy birthday to Matilda today.
Yeah, I'll say this. Anything is possible. When you look at the Philly Fanatic, anything is possible if you can infuse some personality. But I'm with you guys. I think Tucker is by far the runaway winner.
Yeah, I do too. And thank you for chiming in, Bill, because it looked like you didn't want any part of this little thing. So thank you for being a good sport.